The NBA is set to tip off its new season tonight. It comes after the shortest off-season of pro basketball in league history. It has been just about 2 months since LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers emerged as champions. But instead of playing in a bubble again, teams will travel and play in their home stadiums. Michelle Roberts is a crucial part of all this since she represents the players as the executive director of the NBA Players Association. She helped to devise the bubble plan last season, and I recently spoke with her about the challenges ahead. Michelle Roberts, thank you very much for joining us. It was just a short time before this coronavirus shutdown hit that you had announced your retirement, but here we are, the end of December. And you've had quite a year battling this pandemic and the effect on the season. It hasn't been what you expected, has it been?
No, it hasn't been what anybody expected. Clearly, when I announced my retirement, I did not for 1 second think that 2020 would develop the way it has. So I clearly have not retired. Still plan to, but we've got a bit of a ways to go before I think I can comfortably leave the PA.
You helped design the bubble, the well-known bubble that professional basketball players operated in for the season this year. It worked remarkably well. Why not continue that for the next season, which gets underway right around the corner?
Well, it worked. Obviously, it worked well because we were able to complete the season, crown a champion, and not have the possible horribles that we envisioned could have happened. But I will tell you, Judy, and I was there for 3 months with the players. It ain't easy. The isolation was significant. The players were fabulous in plowing through it. And for those teams that ended up being there for essentially 4 months, it took a bit of a toll. I mean, these are warriors, and God knows I could not be prouder of them. But the prospects of returning to a bubble for a period of 5 or 6 months was not something we took seriously. Frankly, if we needed to do it in order to guarantee the safety of our players, we would have done it. But we watched very closely what the other leagues were doing and decided we'd at least try to begin the season outside of the bubble environment, very strict health and safety protocols, and hopefully we'll avoid a bubble again. But it is not the first resort. It's at this point in last resort.
I hear you saying strict safety protocols, and yet you are starting up again another season as the virus is spiking all over the country. There are warning signs all around. In college basketball, they've been canceling games by the scores, if not hundreds. How concerned are you that maybe this is being rushed?
I can't say I have no concerns. I mean, I must say, and I will say that if I thought my concerns were significant enough for us not to play, we wouldn't be playing. We've spent a lot of time and taken a lot of advice from those people with the super skills, the special skills that know more about this stuff than we do. And we believe that we have constructed health and safety protocols, the best health and safety protocols available for play outside of a bubble. But understand, and let's not get it twisted, the minute it appears that the protocols are not sufficient to guarantee our players' safety, then the season stops. And everybody knows that going in. So, the timing is terrible. You're right. We did not see the second surge that is now upon us coming when we decided to restart in December. We made the decision, but what's comforting is knowing that this is not a decision that can't be reversed on a dime, and it will be reversed on a dime if it appears that the protocols are just not holding.
I'm asking because I have read the critics, or at least the questioners, saying why not start a little bit later, even if it means less revenue for the teams, less income for the players, and just be really truly safe.
Part of it, we've got a number of stakeholders in this game. It's obviously the players. We have TV partners. We have arenas. There are a number of people that frankly make their living on this game. My primary concern are the players, obviously. And while I won't pretend that revenue is not a factor that everybody is considering when we talked about when to start the season, it's also the case that revenue will not be the impediment to stopping play if we find ourselves wanting to do that. So, yeah, I mean, we could have, I guess the safest way to do it was to cancel the season altogether. Practically, that was not something the players wanted to do. We wanted to give it a try. We gave the bubble a try. We were right, it worked.
On the vaccine, once it's available, are the players going to take the vaccine?
Will the players take it? We will see. It will not be a question that we have to address in the coming months because we're not anywhere near the top of the list, nor are we making any efforts to get to the top of the list. Look, our players are members of the community. They've got grandmas and moms and dads, and they appreciate that when it comes to who we have to protect first and foremost, as much as we love our players and they want to continue to stay healthy and well, we firmly get it, and we will wait our turn.
I want to ask you about the Black Lives Matter movement. You played a central role in working with the players to give them the ability to have a voice, to share their views around racial justice, social justice, and we've seen that unfold this year after the tragic death of George Floyd. We've also seen conservative politicians come out and criticize the players for what they've done. How do you see that? Do you see that as racist, what we're hearing from some politicians? How do you view it?
Candidly, Judy, I spend very little time worrying about what politicians say. And let's just get that established. Our players, again, are members of the community, and they're members, many of them are African Americans, and so they're members, obviously, of the African American community. That the issues that are important to our community are important to our players. And their concern for those issues was evidenced by the voices that they allowed to be heard during the course of the summer. They used their platforms to make it clear what their positions were on these issues, and did all of that understanding that there would be people, including politicians, who would disagree. It did not matter to them. It does not matter to me. We understand that as members of the community, if we think that there's a wrong that needs to be redressed, we're going to do it.
And how do you see that unfolding in this coming season for 2021? We have different political leadership in the country, a different president. Is it going to look different, do you think, on the part of the players?
No, I mean, sadly, as recently as last weekend, another member of our community, another African-American man was killed by the police. I've been speaking with players since then. They want to know what they can do collectively. Obviously, individually, they're doing what they want to do. So their use of their platforms is not going to change. We're now in season again, so it will be a little different because we're not in a bubble. We don't have all the guys together. But their commitment hasn't changed.
Michelle Roberts, the Executive Director of the National Basketball Players Association, thank you so much, and we wish you well. We wish you safety in this coming season. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Always good to talk to you.
We're grateful to Michelle Roberts, and of course, the NBA season gets underway tonight.